Hi everybody, it's Oz. When I made the last video, my first video, not the last video, my very first video, haha, I had several requests to show how I did the background to this Noel card. It's really a simple background. I've used this quite a bit because I love the way it's more of a suggestion, and it always looks distressed and vintage. It's extremely simple. You're probably going to kick yourself when you see how I do this, but I'm going to show you. First off, I need to stamp on something. You need to stamp on, this is, what do you call it? Fun foam. Just to give something a little give. Then I have a card face, and then I've taken just a piece of regular, heavier than typing paper, but not as heavy as cardstock. So just like if you have a piece of pattern paper or something, and you can tell that this one's been used quite a bit. And what I've done is this is cut into 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just a regular A2 size, and then I cut the center out, as you can tell. And you can do this smaller, larger, oval shaped. That looks so pretty. But if you remember from the original card, you're not going to get an exact edge unless that's what you want. For this particular, I don't want an exact edge. So I just lay this on here. This is repositionable tape. Oh, it's such a mess. This is not, as you can tell, I did it up a couple times. This is just repositionable tape. It's not Scotch tape. It's a little less tacky. Painter's tape would work. I like the repositionable tape. Then I'm going to take Hero Arts designer block. This is the Antique Flower. Absolutely one of my favorite stamps. All-time favorite stamps. Whoever designed this at Hero Arts, bless you, bless you, bless you. I'm going to take some Garden Green ink and just smoosh it on there. I don't care if it's completely covered. This is, the Garden Green ink is one of my, it's just a great color that they came out with. You can tell that's been around for a while. It's close to my heart. Just line that up, lay it on there. This is not a, we're trying to get complete coverage, perfection type stamp. I just basically push down in the middle and you get some coverage. Don't worry, you can get more coverage if you push a little harder, but we don't want perfect coverage. We wanted the distressed look. Then I'm going to take Chestnut Roan, which I think is just a wonderful brown. It's kind of a reddish brown, therefore the roan, I'm supposing. And I'm using chalk ink, not a pigment ink, a chalk ink. And I dab it on there. Again, just lay it on, and again, just push kind of in the center. I'm not pushing really hard, but I do have the foam underneath and pushing in the center. Want to do a little bit darker than that, but each one will be a little bit different. You'll get different results, and it's there. Now also note that I'm pushing on the pushing isn't what I wanted to say. Also note that I'm using white this time, and the original card was in cream, and that will make a difference also in how it looks. I just had a lot of the white already cut up, so that's what I'm using. I'm going to go back and hit it on the top a little bit more. Okay, so the big reveal, you can use this over and over and over again. Voila. Now, to finish this into a card, you can cut this down a little bit so that it's smaller than a card face. These are all just suggestions. Warm it up with using a distress ink around the edges. Then you could add some ribbon, an embellishment, this type of thing. Here's one that I did earlier today. I warmed it up going around the edges. This is cut down just a little bit. You can see I got just a little bit more even coverage, but this one would look great. And it doesn't, one thing about the Hero Arts old letter writing is you're never quite sure if it's right side up or upside down. Doesn't really matter, so you could use it this way, put your embellishment here if you wanted. I'm going to set that one aside and show you a few more. This one I used, I added pink ribbon, put this green over the top. This is popped on here with not even completely stuck down. This is a Hero Arts stamp from the Heartfelt Messages. I put a little lace heart on there, a little green to pick up the green here. Quick simple card, put that on a card base. Here's some more that I made earlier. This one is darker, but this was made the same way. Here's one where I used the flower and dots background stamp and then the old letter writing over it. And I also used a lavender ink instead of the green, and you don't have to worry about it doing, you know, where I got on it a little bit because I didn't have this lined up quite right, because I usually trim these down afterwards anyway. This one I used a wood grain stamp in, I believe, a barn red type color, and then the brown over it. I've got my card all ready to go for that one. I love it. And this one I used the pine brow and touched it with my fingers in a couple places. We'll have to, but I really like the way that looks. And here where I got a little darker with the writing, I could emphasize that or cover that up with where my ribbon went. Either way. One of the things is when you're doing a bunch of them in a row, your paper gets a little tacky and you'll get inky fingers. Again, that's all I did to make that. I hope you enjoy. Till next time, Oz.